being unwell when you're in a remote area, opposite side of the world with no one around you, and I just wanted to go home, but I'm so far away from home. Just so far away from home. I just don't know to the White Temple this morning, and I've come just as it opened. One, to hopefully deter from the afternoon crowds, but two, because the morning light is starting to be a bit more golden and it's like reflecting against the white, and it's so pretty. I have never seen something quite so detailed and quite so magnificent. That's the only thing. I've been in Thailand for coming up to 2 months now, which is a bizarre concept, but the kind of shock and the impressiveness of temples does start to disintegrate a little bit because you see them so frequently, but this is so special. I've now come to the Blue Temple. Bless the Grab driver that I got from my accommodation to my first stop actually stayed around and then drove me here afterwards. And I had a friend of mine recommend me get coconut ice cream and blue mango sticky rice. So I thought it was only right before I explore the Blue Temple to sit down and have some coconut ice cream. It's got some sticky rice, it's got some peanuts. The perfect mid-morning snack. So the half marathon is in 2 days, and I've had a pretty busy day, but I think I've been pretty conservative in the way that I've exceeded my energy. I'm having to be really conscious that I'm not accumulating thousands upon thousands of steps, which is so easy to do when you're visiting a new city and all you want to do is explore, all you want to do is wander and familiarise yourself. But I made sure to get a grab bike to the White Temple and the Blue Temple. I walked back from the Blue Temple, but it was only half an hour and I kind of just wanted a little wander. But yeah, I'm just going to try and rest and relax because I'm feeling so exhausted. It's really warm here unexpectedly. I thought that it wouldn't be this warm. So I can understand now as to why the half marathon starts at 5 AM. But yeah, I think I'm just going to try to sit down and relax the next couple of hours. Have a few bits of like travel admin I need to do, but just going to try and rest, relax. You can kind of see that I'm quite warm. But yeah, and then hopefully by the time Sunday comes around, I'm not totally exhausted and I actually can complete the distance. It's been pretty undesirable past 12 hours. After coming back yesterday, I started feeling really unwell. I called my parents and then I think I just sat down and just realised that I felt really wiped and really weak and dehydrated and just not well at all. I think you can even see it in some of the footage. I just felt so exhausted and drained. But I think it was the accumulation of the heat, dehydration. I must have eaten something dodgy, but
I just fell downhill quite rapidly. Like, I knew I wasn't feeling that energetic and quite weak, but things just kind of got worse quite quick. I came to bed and I didn't even know how to position myself because I was so dizzy and so lightheaded that I just felt so zoned out. And I was trying to rest, I was trying to sleep, but I just couldn't relax. And then I ended up throwing up, like, really aggressively multiple times. And then, yeah, it just felt awful. And then I was on the phone crying to Dad, and I felt really dizzy, I felt really sick, I felt really ill. I managed to get some sleep afterwards, but just in and out. And I had no water, and I had no strength to be able to go and get any water because it's downstairs. I got to the top of the stairs and I just had to sit down. Luckily somebody helped me, but like physically obviously feeling really, really unwell, but then emotionally, because I mean, being unwell, you feel vulnerable and scared and like you want your home comforts. So obviously being unwell when you're in a remote area, opposite side of the world, with no one around you, made no friends, no one familiar, so far from home, I just went into like big catastrophizing moment, got really, really upset, and I just wanted to go home, but I'm so far away from home. And then I was looking at my travel plans and thinking, you know, do I even want to continue? I obviously feel a lot better today, but I still just feel really wiped. I'm supposed to be running a half marathon tomorrow. I can't imagine that being realistic, which isn't the end of the world, but is disappointing because that was the highlight of Chiang Rai for me, is knowing that I was going to be doing this really cool experience. But I can't imagine that being a wise thing, considering I basically I've been able to eat this morning, but any food that I had in me is gone from yesterday. Obviously still quite dehydrated. I feel like I'm on 2% speed. And now I'm just waiting for the time difference in the UK to catch up, because all I want to do is call my dad, and I can't because it's too early for him. But I'll be fine. I'm just having I've had some difficult wobble moments recently. I'm feeling quite vulnerable and isolated. I just think it's like the 2-month blip of just the busyness and chaos and constant thinking and stimulation of backpacking just kind of, you know, it kind of comes into fruition and it all just kind of hits you. And this probably just pushed me over the edge, being so ill and feeling so helpless and feeling so vulnerable and just not knowing where to go and what to do. So yeah, I'm still not feeling great. Definitely better than yesterday. Like, I can actually sit upright and not feel absolutely revolting, but I still don't feel good at all. So I've just had a really slow morning staying at the hostel. It's probably a blessing in disguise that I am where I am, because my past accommodations haven't been that comfortable. The one in Pai wasn't great. Then I was in that retreat, and retreat is a very it's not as glamorous as it was. It was very uncomfortable. But now at least I've got like my own privacy, my own little pod, a mattress that's actually, you know, thicker than 2 centimeters. There's a nice garden area, there's a nice common area with sofas, so it's a comfortable place to be. So even if, you know, for the next couple of days, the majority of the time I do spend in the hospital, it's not awful, but it's also not ideal. Because yeah, I was looking at Skyscanner, I was looking at, you know, ways to go home, I was kind of questioning this slow boat that I'm doing to Laos tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Because although it's two days of a long-tail boat on the Mekong River, it just, for what I'm feeling now, that just sounds revolting. So yeah, hopefully just after a day or two of just rest and relaxation, recharging, hydrating, eating some very plain foods, come to terms with the fact that I probably will have to just not do the half marathon, and just trying to slow down a bit and emotionally get myself in a better place. It's feeling quite vulnerable. I kind of just want to be home. But I don't want to miss out on anything. It's just one of those blips. Yeah, I was really upset yesterday. I was crying like aggressively on the phone to my dad. Just so far away now. I just don't know anywhere. And you feel just really helpless and vulnerable when you're ill, and then you add kind of this situation to it. Just yeah. Hopefully it'll be better in a few days. Good morning. It is currently the 2nd of February, Sunday. So I initially felt ill on the Friday. Yesterday was the last time I updated, and yeah, I am feeling far better today. Still very much going to be taking it slowly, but yesterday I had a really slow paced day, spent the majority of the time in the hostel. I did have to venture out to pay for my slow boat, and that was about a 40-minute round walk, and I really had to take that slowly just because I was still experiencing a lot of dizziness and vertigo and just a lot of weakness and unease. So I did that, then came back, just did some reading and sitting down, called home, had another little cry, but feeling far better for having taken a more relaxed day yesterday. Decided against doing the half marathon today, evidently. I was very tempted. I was so tempted. But considering yesterday I didn't really have the energy to collect my bib, let alone run 21.1 kilometers at 5:30 in the morning, I don't think it would have been a wise idea. So I actually was able to get a refund, which was very surprising, but very grateful for that. And then that gave me the confidence to make sure that I wasn't going to try to do it. So yeah, had another, good few hours of sleep today, and on the agenda for today is to just equally take it slow. It's about 10 to 11 now, and I've only just ventured out of the hostel, had a shower, took my time during the breakfast, did some journaling, did even just a bit of stretching and yoga just to kind of move my body, but still very gently. And now just going to wander around, head to a cafe, try to stay indoors and hydrate as much as I can because it is very warm. But no, feeling a lot better, not feeling as fragile. I think I just needed some days to just remind myself to slow travel, because things can get very overwhelming and demanding and just too fast paced. And every now and then I need to remind myself that I do need to take it slow. But yeah, slow day today again. A few things to do in terms of admin and preparation, but just wanting to get myself nice and recharged because I have the 2-day slow boat on the Mekong River from Chiang Rai to Luang Prabang, starting from 5 a.m. tomorrow. So yeah, a big day of travel, a big few days of travel. So taking the opportunity now just to prepare myself emotionally for what is to come.
I'm starting to